When installing a collet into the chuck on our Doosan Lynx 220L, the first thing we got to do is use our gripper and compress the collet and pick it up. To do so, you put the pins in the holes, squeeze the trigger, and it'll lock into place. Now the collet is secured to the gripper. To install the collet into the chuck, there's 3 grooves on the collet that we need to line up with 3 pins on the chuck. When you line those up, the collet will seat in there properly. And once it's seated, you release the trigger, and the collet is now installed into the chuck properly. When loading a part, all you need to do is slide your part into the collet, and while holding your part, step on the foot pedal, and now your part is secured into the chuck. When setting your work Z-axis on the Doosan Lynx 220L, you're going to want to use your finishing turn tool, which has the smallest tip on it and has usually the least amount of wear. So, what you need to do is jog your tool nice and close, and once you get fairly close, you're going to want to change your increment down to the smallest increment, and then slide in whatever you want to touch off with. In this case, I'm using paper, and just set a click at a time while moving the paper. Keep creeping it until your paper gets stuck between your carbide insert and your work surface. Once it is there, you will want to open your offsets page. Once you have your tool in position to set your work 0, the next thing you're going to want to do is push the offset button. If you hit the work tab, it'll be your work offsets. First thing you want to check is to make sure that this X and Z value under the 00 is zeros. If there's anything else in there, you need to make sure it is zeros before you set your work. Here is the 54 offset, 56, 55. Today we'll set the 54. So, once you're in position, what you need to type in is Z 0 point, and in this case we're touching off paper, so you need to type in the thickness of what you're touching off. Once you have what you want typed in, you push measure, and that'll set the 0 point to your work surface.